Ladies and gentlemen, next contestant in the 2010 Messenger, Community News, Mortgage Choice, Golden Gavel competition from Coxall Real Estate, Ms Sharon Gray.
Pro Christo et Ecclesia. Sounds like something from a Harry Potter movie, but no, it's actually the Latin inscription on the plaque on the front of the church. Loosely translated today means bid boldly or risk being struck by lightning. As I said, very loose translation, but you may wish to take that into consideration today. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the auction of 81 Jeffcott Street, North Adelaide. My name is Sharon Gray. I represent Coxall Real Estate. Mr Andrew Fox from Fox Real Estate has been marketing this property over the past few weeks, and it's with a great deal of pride that Coxall Real Estate has been favoured with instruction by the vendor to act as auctioneer today. The property is being offered subject to the standard terms and conditions for sale by public auction as set down by the Real Estate Institute of South Australia and the Society of Auctioneers and Appraisers. And these terms and conditions have been on display for the past 30 minutes, as well as at the business of Fox Real Estate for the past 3 business days. The property is described as the whole of the land on 2 separate certificates of title, volume 5863, folio 432, and volume 5848, folio 555, and it's in the City Council of Adelaide. Now, everything that has been excluded from sale was removed prior to the marketing of this property, ladies and gentlemen, so you are bidding exactly on the property that you have seen over the past couple of weeks. So what you saw is exactly what you're getting. Any person may bid at auction either in person or by their proxy or representative, and it is subject to the auction conditions. If you do wish to bid today, you will need to have registered and you will have been allocated a bidding number, and that number will be called throughout the auction process. A reserve price has been set.
1.2 million?
I'm sorry, madam?
1.2 million?
We haven't started the bidding yet, but I'll certainly be happy to take your bid when we do start. A reserve price has been set today, and should that price be reached or exceeded, then the property will be sold to the highest bidder on the fall of the hammer, and no further bidding will be accepted once that hammer has fallen. All bids are on a cash unconditional basis, and there are no cooling off rights under auction conditions. As the auctioneer, I do have the right to put forward up to 3 vendor bids below the reserve price, and if it is required, it will be clearly stated as a vendor bid. If you are the successful purchaser here today, you will need to come forward and execute a contract, pay a 10% deposit of the purchase price, with the balance to be paid at settlement, which has been set down for Friday, the 25th of June 2010. You should also be aware that if you are successful today, you would need to arrange insurance on the property, because once you've signed that contract and you've paid that deposit, you do have a legal and an equitable interest in the property that you will need to protect. Are there any questions in regards to the terms and conditions or with the property itself?
Yes, Madam Auctioneer, should I be the successful buyer today, if I want to cut off that rear allotment and build a second house, will I have any problem with that?
What you should do, sir, is speak to the local council, because obviously the subdivision is an issue for council. The property is on 2 titles, but if you've got any information, if you need any information in regards to development, I suggest you do speak to the council before you do anything. Does that answer your question?
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any further questions? Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have a really exciting property to offer you here today. An historic building in the heart of North Adelaide was once the local church and now is an amazing old building ready to be reshaped and transformed into something that is limited only by your own imagination. As you enter through the original vestibule, you're greeted by the beautiful open spaces that was once the original church hall. And then the grand designs have already begun. Upstairs, there's framework in place for 2 big double bedrooms and built-in wardrobes. And downstairs, you can just imagine the sensational open-plan entertaining area you could create on the original old church floorboards. It's a fabulous property, yet quite incomplete and just screaming out for some holy salvation. If you're interested in a development or investment opportunity today, then there's a whopping masses of land, 1,290 approximately square metres of land, set over 2 titles. So, sir, there may very well be the opportunity to pop a second dwelling on there, so I hope to hear from you later. And it's just got that rear lane access and a right-of-way over the lane off of Ward Street, so you're guaranteed access to the property. Pro Christo et Iglesia. Now, I did allude to the fact that you may be struck down by lightning earlier. Now, obviously, that's not the case, madam, so sorry about that. But a little bit of a closer translation is that it's truth in the name, for the sake of Christ and the church. So what better way to find the truth about the value of this property today than by public auction? And so I welcome this fine flock of people to the bidding today. And while he may work in mysterious ways, our process is a lot more straightforward. Simply raise your bidding number in the air, pray for some divine intervention, and you could be the new owner of this magnificent land holding in this heavenly location.